Chapter 8, Earth's Last Stand, Fortifying Defenses and Seeking Solutions. The news of the failed diplomatic mission spread like wildfire across the globe. Panic began to set in as people realized the gravity of the situation. The once hopeful anticipation of a peaceful resolution had been shattered, replaced by the cold reality of an impending cosmic war. Back on Earth, the task force worked around the clock to fortify the planet's defenses. General Max took charge of the military operations, coordinating the efforts to strengthen the defense perimeter. "We need to make this perimeter impenetrable," he commanded. "Double the number of satellites, increase the power of the energy shields, and make sure all weapons systems are fully operational." The scientists, led by Dr. Lilly, were focused on analyzing the data collected during the ill-fated meeting with the malevolent force. "There has to be something in this data that can give us an edge," Dr. Lilly said, her eyes bloodshot from lack of sleep. She and her team pored over the readings of the alien ship's energy signatures, the symbols on the control panel of the would-be weapon, and any other information they could glean. One of the scientists, Dr. Raj, pointed at a series of complex energy patterns on the screen. "These patterns seem to be related to the way their energy weapon operates. If we can figure out how to disrupt these patterns, we might be able to neutralize their weapons." Dr. Lilly nodded. "Good work, Dr. Raj. Let's focus on this. But we need to be quick. We don't know how long we have before they attack." As the scientists delved deeper into the data, the military was conducting large-scale drills. The Cosmic Guardians were practicing complex combat maneuvers, both in space and on the ground. They were training to face the unique challenges posed by the alien force, such as their energy-based weapons and unknown combat tactics. Colonel James, who had been part of the delegation, was leading the training sessions. "We can't underestimate them," he told the soldiers. "We saw their capabilities firsthand. But we also have our own strengths, and we need to use them to our advantage." The soldiers were divided into different units, each with a specific role. Some were trained to defend key infrastructure, like power plants and communication centers. Others were part of rapid response teams, ready to be deployed to any location in case of an attack. Meanwhile, the international community was coming together in a show of unity. Countries that had previously been at odds were now sharing resources and expertise. Scientists from different nations were collaborating on research projects aimed at developing new defense technologies. Engineers were working together to improve the efficiency of the energy shields and the accuracy of the space-based weapons. In Millfield, the local community was also doing its part. People were volunteering to help with the preparations. Some were assisting in the production of essential supplies for the military, while others were involved in public awareness campaigns to keep the population informed and calm. A group of students from a local high school had formed a Cosmic Defense Club. They were studying the alien threat, learning about the latest defense technologies, and even coming up with their own ideas for how to defend the planet. One of the students, a bright young girl named Emily, proposed a concept for a new type of sensor that could detect the aliens' energy signatures from a greater distance. "I know it might seem far-fetched," Emily said, "but if we can build this sensor, it could give us more time to prepare for an attack." Dr. Lily, upon hearing about Emily's idea, was impressed. She invited Emily and her club members to the research laboratory to discuss their concept further. "Your fresh perspective could be exactly what we need," Dr. Lily told them. As the preparations continued, Jack was working on a different front. He was trying to rally the world's population, to give them hope in the face of the impending threat. He was making regular appearances on global media, sharing updates on the task force's efforts and encouraging people to stay strong. "Our planet is facing a great challenge," Jack said in a live broadcast. "But we are not alone. We have the knowledge, the resources, and the determination to defend ourselves. Together, we can overcome this threat." The public's response was overwhelming. People from all walks of life were showing their support, whether it was through donating to research projects, volunteering their time, or simply spreading words of encouragement. Back in the research laboratory, Dr. Lily and her team made a significant discovery. They had managed to decipher more of the symbols on the control panel of the alien energy weapon. "These symbols seem to be part of a fail-safe mechanism," Dr. Lily said excitedly. "If we can find a way to activate this fail-safe remotely, we might be able to disable their weapons during an attack." The team immediately started working on developing a device that could send a signal to activate the fail-safe. It was a complex task, requiring them to reverse engineer the alien technology based on the limited data they had. At the same time, the military was finalizing its battle plans. General Max had developed a multi-pronged strategy. The first line of defense would be the space-based satellites, which would try to intercept the alien ships as they approached the solar system. If the aliens managed to break through, the Cosmic Guardians would engage them in space and on the ground, using a combination of traditional and energy-based weapons. The energy shields around key cities and installations were also being upgraded. Scientists had found a way to make the shields more flexible, allowing them to adapt to different types of energy-based attacks. As the days passed, the tension continued to mount. The world was on high alert, waiting for the malevolent force to make its move. The task force knew that they had done everything they could to prepare, but they also knew that the outcome of the impending battle was uncertain. Finally, after days of intense work, Dr. Lily's team completed the fail-safe activation device. It was a small, but powerful device that could potentially be the key to turning the tide of the battle. "Now, we just need to figure out how to get this device to their ships during an attack," Dr. Lily said. Colonel James had an idea. "We could use a small, unmanned drone. It could be programmed to approach the alien ships undetected and then activate the failsafe. The plan was risky, but it was the best they had. The task force decided to implement it. The drone was modified to carry the failsafe activation device and equipped with advanced stealth technology. As they waited for the alien attack, the world held its breath. The preparations were complete, and now it was a matter of waiting for the malevolent force to strike. Jack, Dr. Lily, General Max, and the entire task force were ready to defend Earth at all costs. They knew that this was Earth's last stand, and they were determined to fight until the very end. The sky above Earth seemed to be filled with an otherworldly tension. The stars, which had once been a source of wonder and inspiration, now seemed to be watching, as if waiting to see the outcome of this epic battle between humanity and the malevolent alien force. The stage was set, and the fate of the planet hung in the balance. In the final moments before the potential attack, Dr. Lily looked at the failsafe activation device. "This has to work," she whispered to herself. "It's our only hope." And then, the sensors around the solar system detected a massive energy signature. The malevolent force was on the move, and they were heading straight for Earth. The battle for Earth had finally begun. The military forces were mobilized, the scientists were on standby, and the world watched in horror and determination as the alien ships approached, ready to face whatever the malevolent force had in store. Chapter 9: The Cosmic Clash, Battle for Earth. The moment the sensors detected the approaching malevolent alien force, alarms blared across the global defense network. The space-based satellites, now operating at full capacity, immediately locked onto the incoming alien ships. The sky above Earth began to light up with a strange, eerie glow as the alien armada advanced through the solar system. General Max, at the command center, issued orders with a calm yet urgent voice. "Satellite teams, maintain your positions. Power up all weapons systems and prepare to engage the enemy at the first opportunity." The operators at the satellite control stations worked feverishly, adjusting the aiming mechanisms and charging the energy-based weapons. The Cosmic Guardians, already in their spaceships in battle, ready on the ground, received the signal to mobilize. Colonel James, leading the space-based contingent, spoke into his communication device. "All units, this is it. Stick to the plan and remember, our planet is counting on us." The spaceships roared to life, engines blazing as they shot into the sky, heading towards the approaching aliens. On the ground, Lieutenant Maya was in charge of the rapid response teams. "Teams, be on high alert. We don't know if they'll try to land or launch some sort of energy-based attack on the surface. Defend all key installations at any cost." The soldiers, clad in advanced combat gear, took up their positions around power plants, communication centers, and other vital infrastructure. As the alien ships drew closer, the first wave of satellite-launched energy beams streaked through space towards the invaders. The beams hit several of the alien vessels, causing bright flashes of light. However, the aliens quickly activated their energy shields, which absorbed and dispersed much of the incoming energy. Zorg, the leader of the malevolent force, watched the battle unfold from the command deck of his massive ship. These humans think they can stop us? Increase the power of our shields and prepare to fire our main weapons, he growled. The alien ships retaliated with a volley of their own energy-based projectiles. The projectiles hurtled towards the satellites, some of which were hit and exploded in a shower of debris. General Max gritted his teeth. We can't let them take out our satellites. Adjust the firing patterns and focus on weakening their shields. Dr. Lily, back at the research laboratory, was monitoring the battle through the sensors. She saw the exchange of fire and knew that time was of the essence. We need to deploy the drone with the fail-safe activation device, she said to her team. The small, unmanned drone, equipped with the crucial device, was launched from a hidden base on Earth. It soared through the chaos of the battle, using its stealth technology to avoid detection. Dr. Raj, who was controlling the drone, had his eyes fixed on the monitor. The drone is on course. So far, the aliens haven't detected it. In space, the Cosmic Guardians reached the front lines of the battle. They engaged the alien ships in a fierce dogfight. Energy-based weapons flashed, and the vacuum of space was filled with the glow of explosions. Colonel James skillfully maneuvered his spaceship, dodging incoming fire and returning shots at the aliens. Stay in formation, everyone. We can't let them break through, he shouted over the communication channel. One of the Cosmic Guardians, Private Alex, was piloting his spaceship with determination. These aliens won't get past us, he said as he fired a volley of missiles at an approaching alien ship. The missiles hit the alien's shield, causing it to flicker for a moment. On the ground, the population watched the battle unfold on their screens, a mix of fear and hope in their eyes. Jack, still in the media spotlight, was providing live updates. The Cosmic Guardians are putting up a brave fight, but the situation is still critical. The fate of Earth hangs in the balance as the battle rages on. As the battle continued, Dr. Lily made a discovery. The aliens' energy shields seem to be weakening in the areas where they're concentrating their offensive firepower. We might be able to target those areas, she informed General Max. The general quickly relayed the information to the satellite teams and the Cosmic Guardians. Adjust your targeting systems. Aim for the weak points in their shields. The soldiers and satellite operators followed the orders. A new round of attacks was launched, this time focused on the identified weak points. The alien ships, already engaged in a fierce battle, found their shields taking more damage. Meanwhile, the drone was getting closer to one of the largest alien ships, the one believed to house the main energy weapon. Dr. Raj was sweating as he navigated the drone through the intense battle. I'm almost there. "Just a little bit more," he muttered to himself. Suddenly, an alien ship detected the drone and fired a burst of energy at it. The drone was hit, and its sensors went haywire. Dr. Raj fought to regain control. "Come on, baby. Hold together," he pleaded. With a final burst of effort, he managed to stabilize the drone and guide it towards the target ship. The drone attached itself to the side of the alien vessel and activated the fail-safe activation device. On the command deck of the alien ship, Zork was enraged as he saw the drone. "What is that? Disable it." But it was too late. The fail-safe mechanism was activated, and the energy weapon on the ship started to malfunction. The weapon emitted a series of erratic energy pulses, causing chaos on the ship. Zork realized the danger. "Evacuate the weapon area. This could be a disaster." The malfunction of the main energy weapon on the lead alien ship had a cascading effect. The other alien ships, which were linked to the main ship's energy systems, also started to experience problems. Their shields weakened further, and their weapons became less effective. The Cosmic Guardians and the satellite teams took advantage of the situation. They launched a massive, coordinated attack on the disoriented alien force. Energy, beams and missiles rained down on the alien ships, causing several of them to explode. Zork, seeing the situation turning against his forces, made a difficult decision. "Retreat. We'll regroup and come back stronger," he commanded. The remaining alien ships turned around and fled the battlefield, disappearing into the depths of space. The Cosmic Guardians cheered, but they knew they couldn't let their guard down. General Max addressed the troops. "Well done, everyone. But we're not out of the woods yet. Keep the defenses up and be prepared for a possible second attack." Back on Earth, the news of the successful repulsion of the alien attack spread. People erupted in cheers, but there was also a sense of caution. Dr. Lily and her team were already analyzing the data from the battle, looking for ways to further improve the defenses in case the aliens returned. Jack, in his live broadcast, said, "This is a victory, but it's only a temporary one. We need to continue to work together, to strengthen our defenses, and to find a long-term solution to this threat. The battle for Earth is far from over, but today, we've shown that we're not going down without a fight." The world, though relieved for the moment, knew that the malevolent alien force would likely return. The task force immediately began to plan for the future. They needed to develop better defense technologies, improve their understanding of the alien threat, and perhaps even find a way to reach a peaceful resolution once and for all. Dr. Lily, exhausted but determined, looked at her team. "We've bought ourselves some time. Now, let's use it to make sure that when they come back, we're ready for them." The battle for Earth had been a hard-fought victory, but the future remained uncertain. The world was now more united than ever, ready to face whatever challenges the malevolent alien force might throw at them in the ongoing struggle for survival and peace in the cosmos. Chapter 10: Aftermath of the Battle, Rebuilding and Reassessing. In the aftermath of the intense cosmic battle, Earth was a hive of activity. The initial elation over repelling the malevolent alien force quickly gave way to a sober realization of the challenges that lay ahead. The defense perimeter around the planet had taken a significant beating, with several satellites destroyed and others in need of immediate repair. General Max wasted no time in mobilizing teams to assess the damage and begin the process of rebuilding. "We need to get these satellites back up and running as soon as possible," he ordered. "The aliens may return at any moment, and we can't afford to have a weakened defense network." Engineers and technicians from around the world were dispatched to the various space-based repair stations. They worked tirelessly, floating in the vacuum of space as they replaced damaged components and recalibrated the satellite systems. The Cosmic Guardians, fresh from their victory, also lent a hand, providing security and assistance during the repair operations. Back on Earth, Dr. Lily and her team of scientists were deeply engrossed in analyzing the data collected during the battle. "This data is a gold mine," Dr. Lily said, her eyes fixed on the complex graphs and readings on the monitors. "We can learn so much from how the aliens' technology interacted with ours, and it could help us develop even better defense mechanisms." One of the scientists, Dr. Kim, pointed to a particular set of energy signatures. "Look at this. The way their energy shields reacted to our attacks could give us insights into creating more efficient shielding for our own ships and installations." The team began to brainstorm ideas for improving the energy shields. They considered incorporating new materials and energy manipulation techniques, inspired by both the metallic-skinned aliens and the knowledge gained from the malevolent force. Meanwhile, the international community was coming together in a new wave of cooperation. Countries that had previously focused on their own individual interests were now pooling their resources and expertise. A global summit was called to discuss the future of Earth's defense and the search for a long-term solution to the alien threat. Leaders from around the world gathered in a large, high-tech conference center. Jack, who had become a symbol of the global effort against the aliens, was invited to speak. "We've shown that we can stand up to the alien threat," he said, addressing the assembly. "But we need to be proactive. We can't just wait for them to attack again. We need to find a way to reach out and resolve this conflict permanently." The leaders nodded in agreement. They discussed various strategies, from further diplomatic efforts to developing offensive capabilities to deter the aliens from future attacks. Some countries proposed the creation of a joint space-based military force, while others emphasized the importance of continued scientific research. Ambassador Clara, who had been part of the ill-fated diplomatic mission, spoke up. "We can't abandon diplomacy. We need to find a way to communicate with the aliens again, but this time, we need to be better prepared. We need to understand their motives and find common ground." The summit resulted in the formation of a new international council, dedicated to dealing with the alien threat. This council would oversee the allocation of resources for defense research, coordinate diplomatic efforts, and ensure that all countries were working towards a common goal. In Millfield, the local community was also contributing to the post-battle efforts. The students of the Cosmic Defense Club had grown in number, and they were now involved in various projects. Emily, the young girl who had proposed the sensor concept, was working with a team of engineers to develop a prototype of her sensor. "I'm so excited to see this come to life," Emily said as she watched the engineers assemble the components. "If this sensor can detect the aliens from farther away, it could give us even more time to prepare for an attack." The local businesses, too, were playing their part. Some were manufacturing parts for the satellite repairs, while others were developing new technologies inspired by the alien encounter. A local tech startup was working on a device that could detect and analyze the unique energy signatures of the malevolent aliens, which could potentially be used to predict their movements. As the days passed, the defense perimeter around Earth was gradually restored. The new and improved satellites were launched into orbit, equipped with enhanced sensors and more powerful weapons. The energy shields around key cities and installations were also upgraded, using the new knowledge gained from the battle. Dr. Lily's team made significant progress in their research. They had developed a new type of energy shield that was not only more resilient but also had the ability to adapt to different types of energy-based attacks. This new shield could be a game changer, Dr. Lilly said, presenting the findings to the International Council. The Council, impressed with the progress, allocated more resources for the research and development of new defense technologies. They also approved a new diplomatic initiative, led by Ambassador Clara. This time, the diplomatic team would be better prepared, armed with a deeper understanding of the aliens' language and culture. The diplomatic team began to study the data collected from the previous encounters, looking for clues about the malevolent force's social structure, values, and goals. They hoped that by understanding these aspects, they could find a way to initiate a meaningful dialogue and reach a peaceful resolution. As they prepared for the second diplomatic attempt, the military continued to train. The Cosmic Guardians were put through even more rigorous training programs, focusing on new combat strategies and the use of the upgraded weapons and equipment. Colonel James, now a respected leader in the fight against the aliens, was in charge of the training. "We can't let our guard down," he told the soldiers. "The aliens will surely come back, and we need to be even stronger than before." The soldiers, inspired by their previous victory and the global effort, trained with enthusiasm. They knew that their role was crucial in protecting Earth from the alien threat. Jack, in the meantime, was working on a global awareness campaign. He wanted to keep the public informed and engaged in the efforts to defend Earth. Through his media appearances and online platforms, he shared updates on the scientific research, the diplomatic initiatives, and the military preparations. "The future of our planet depends on all of us," Jack said in a video message. "Whether you're a scientist, a soldier, or an ordinary citizen, you have a role to play in this fight. Let's stay united and face the challenges ahead with courage and determination." The world, once again, was filled with a sense of purpose. The battle for Earth had left its mark, but it had also united humanity in a common cause. As they prepared for the next chapter in the struggle against the malevolent alien force, there was a cautious optimism that, through a combination of diplomacy, science, and military strength, they could find a way to ensure peace and security in the cosmos. The stage was set for another diplomatic gambit and continued military preparedness. The International Council, the scientific community, the military, and the global public were all working together, each playing their part in the hope of a future where Earth was no longer under the shadow of the alien threat. Dr. Lily, Ambassador Clara, General Max, Jack, and countless others were determined to see this through to the end, whatever the cost. Chapter 11: The Second Diplomatic Endeavor, A Quest for True Peace. The preparations for the second diplomatic mission were extensive and meticulous. Ambassador Clara, leading the team, was acutely aware of the high stakes involved. The previous attempt had ended in failure, and this time, they could not afford to make any mistakes. The diplomatic team, now bolstered by a group of top-notch anthropologists, linguists, and cultural experts, spent weeks poring over every piece of data related to the malevolent alien force. They studied the decrypted messages, the energy-based communication patterns, and even the behavior of the aliens during the brief encounter on the spaceship. Dr. Ethan, the lead linguist, had made significant progress in deciphering the alien language. "We've identified several key phrases and concepts," he reported to the team. "It seems their language is highly symbolic, and understanding these symbols is crucial for effective communication." The anthropologists, on the other hand, were trying to piece together the social structure and values of the aliens. Dr. Maria, an expert in cross-cultural studies, said, "From what we can tell, they seem to operate under a hierarchical system. The leader, Zorg, holds a position of absolute authority. But there are also signs that they value strength and resource acquisition." Based on this understanding, the team crafted a new approach for the diplomatic mission. They decided to focus on presenting Earth as a potential ally rather than a threat. The message they planned to convey emphasized the unique resources, scientific knowledge, and cultural diversity that Earth could offer. As the diplomatic team prepared, the military maintained a high state of alert. General Max was not willing to take any chances. "We'll be monitoring the situation closely. If there's any sign of aggression from the aliens during the diplomatic mission, we'll be ready to respond immediately." The Cosmic Guardians were on standby, their spaceships fully fueled and armed. The defense perimeter around Earth was operating at peak efficiency, with new early warning systems in place to detect any approaching threats. Back at the research laboratory, Dr. Lily and her team were working on a technological backup for the diplomatic mission. They developed a small, portable device that could be used to establish a more stable communication link with the aliens. This device will help us overcome any potential interference in the communication channels, Dr. Lily explained. The device was designed to emit a specific frequency pattern that was compatible with the aliens' energy-based communication system. It also had a built-in translation module that could instantly translate the messages, reducing the chances of misinterpretation. The day of the diplomatic mission finally arrived. The spaceship carrying the team took off from a specially prepared launch site. The world watched with bated breath as the ship soared into the sky and disappeared into the vast expanse of space. On board the spaceship, the team members were filled with a mix of excitement and nervousness. Ambassador Clara addressed the team. "This is our chance to make a difference. We need to be calm, confident, and most importantly, understanding. We're not here to fight, but to find common ground." The spaceship traveled for several days, following a pre-determined course to a neutral meeting point in space. As they approached the meeting area, they detected the presence of the alien ships. The aliens, too, had arrived. The spaceship slowly maneuvered towards the largest alien vessel. A communication channel was established, and Ambassador Clara initiated the dialogue. "We are the representatives of Earth. We come in peace, hoping to continue our conversation and find a way to coexist." The translated message was sent through the new communication device, and the team waited anxiously for a response. After a few moments, the reply came. "You humans. You have shown some resistance, but also some potential. What do you propose?" Encouraged by the relatively calm response, Ambassador Clara continued. "We understand that you seek resources. Earth has an abundance of rare elements that could be of great use to you. In return, we offer our cooperation in scientific research and a commitment to peaceful coexistence." The aliens conferred among themselves. The anthropologists on the team watched the body language of the aliens on the monitor, trying to gauge their reaction. Dr. Maria whispered, "They seem interested, but they're still cautious." After a while, Zorg, the leader of the malevolent force, replied, "Your offer is intriguing. But how can we be sure that you will keep your word? Your previous actions have made us skeptical." Ambassador Clara was ready for this question. "We propose a series of agreements and checks. We can start by sharing some of our scientific knowledge as a gesture of good faith. And we can establish a joint monitoring system to ensure that both sides abide by the terms." The aliens seemed to consider this. The diplomatic team held their breath. This was a crucial moment. If they could convince the aliens, it could lead to a lasting peace. As the negotiations continued, Dr. Lily noticed something strange. The energy signatures of the alien ships were fluctuating in a pattern she had seen before. It was similar to the pattern just before the weapon malfunction during the previous encounter. "Ambassador, I think we need to be cautious," she said. "These energy fluctuations could be a sign of trouble." Ambassador Clara nodded, but she knew that they couldn't back down now. She continued to negotiate, trying to keep the conversation going while also keeping an eye on the situation. Suddenly, the communication channel was interrupted by a series of strange sounds. The translation device struggled to make sense of them. Dr. Ethan worked furiously to decipher the message. "It seems they're having some sort of internal conflict," he said. The team watched as the alien ships started to move erratically. Some of the smaller ships were moving away from the main vessel, while others were staying put. Zork's voice came through the communication channel, filled with anger. "You humans! Your presence has caused unrest among my ranks. Some believe we should accept your offer, while others think we should destroy you." Ambassador Clara saw an opportunity. "Zork, we don't want to cause conflict. We can help you resolve this. Let us prove that our cooperation can benefit both of us." Zork seemed to hesitate. The situation was tense, with the future of the diplomatic mission hanging in the balance. The team on the spaceship knew that they had to act quickly to turn the situation around and prevent another conflict from breaking out. The military, back on Earth, was also monitoring the situation closely. General Max had his finger on the trigger, ready to send the Cosmic Guardians into action if necessary. But he also hoped that the diplomatic team could find a way to defuse the situation. As the alien ships continued to show signs of internal strife, the diplomatic team on the spaceship brainstormed ideas. Dr. Maria suggested, "We could offer to mediate the conflict within their ranks. Show them that we can be a neutral party and help them reach a consensus." Ambassador Clara agreed. She sent a message to Zork. "Zork, we offer our assistance in resolving this internal conflict. We can act as mediators and help you find a solution that satisfies everyone." The message was sent, and once again, they waited for Zork's response. The fate of the diplomatic mission, and potentially the future of Earth, depended on how the alien leader would react. The situation was more complex than ever, but the team was determined to find a way to achieve peace, even in the midst of this unexpected turmoil. In the vast expanse of space, the two sides were at a crossroads. The diplomatic team from Earth was facing a difficult challenge, but they were not ready to give up. They knew that the stakes were too high, and the hope for a peaceful coexistence with the malevolent alien force was still within reach, if only they could navigate through this unexpected crisis. As the moments ticked by, the tension on the spaceship was palpable. Everyone was waiting, watching the monitor for any sign of Zork's reply, and wondering if this second diplomatic endeavor would end in success or another disastrous confrontation. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, Zork's response came. "Your offer is bold, but I will allow it. Come to my ship, and we will see if you can truly help us resolve this conflict." The diplomatic team looked at each other, a mix of relief and determination in their eyes. They knew that they were walking into a potentially dangerous situation, but it was also their best chance to achieve peace. Ambassador Clara nodded. "Let's do this. We're one step closer to a peaceful future for Earth." The spaceship began to move towards the alien vessel, ready to face the challenges that awaited them inside. The world watched, hoping that this time, the diplomatic mission would bear fruit and bring an end to the long-standing threat of the malevolent alien force. Once on board the alien ship, the team was met with a tense atmosphere. The aliens were divided, some looking at the humans with hostility, while others seemed more curious. Zorg greeted them, his eyes fixed on Ambassador Clara. "You have your chance. But if you fail, there will be no mercy." Ambassador Clara stepped forward, her heart pounding, but her resolve unshaken. "We will do our best, Zorg. Let's start by understanding the root of the conflict." The diplomatic team, now in the heart of the alien ship, began their difficult task of mediating the internal conflict among the malevolent aliens, with the hope of finally achieving a lasting peace between Earth and the alien force. The room was filled with a strange, otherworldly glow, and the air was thick with tension. The fate of the galaxy seemed to hang on the outcome of these delicate negotiations. The team knew that they had to be careful, diplomatic, and most importantly, find a solution that would satisfy both the aliens and ensure the safety and prosperity of Earth. As they delved into the conflict, they discovered that the rift among the aliens was mainly due to a difference in long-term goals. Some believed that expansion through conquest was the only way forward, while others saw the potential benefits of forming alliances and peaceful trade. Dr. Maria, using her knowledge of cross-cultural conflict resolution, started to facilitate a dialogue between the two factions. She used the translation device to communicate clearly with the aliens, making sure that each side understood the other's perspective. Ambassador Clara, meanwhile, was in constant communication with Zorg. She emphasized the advantages of a peaceful alliance with Earth, not only in terms of resources but also in the potential for scientific and technological exchange. The hours passed, and slowly but surely, the atmosphere in the room began to change. The initial hostility was replaced by a more rational discussion. The aliens were starting to see the merits of both sides of the argument. One of the alien leaders from the expansion, through conquest faction, spoke up. "We have always believed in taking what we need. But perhaps there is another way. If this alliance with Earth can bring us the resources and knowledge we seek without the cost of war, it may be worth considering." The representatives of the peaceful Alliance faction nodded in agreement. Zorg, watching the discussion unfold, seemed to be swayed. "If we can ensure that this alliance benefits all of us, then I am willing to consider it." The diplomatic team from Earth was elated. They knew that they were making progress. Dr. Lily, who had been quietly observing, suggested, "We could start by signing a preliminary agreement, outlining the terms of the alliance, such as resource sharing, scientific cooperation, and mutual defense. Ambassador Clara presented the idea to Zorg and the other alien leaders. After some discussion, they agreed. The diplomatic team quickly set to work drafting the agreement. As the agreement was being finalized, the news spread throughout the alien ship. The once divided aliens were now united in the possibility of a new future. The tension was replaced by a sense of anticipation. Back on Earth, the news of the progress of the diplomatic mission was met with jubilation. The world had been waiting for this moment, a glimmer of hope for a peaceful coexistence with the malevolent alien force. The diplomatic team, after finalizing the agreement, prepared to return to Earth with the good news. Zorg and the other alien leaders saw them off. "This is a new beginning," Zorg said. "Let us hope that this alliance brings prosperity to both our worlds." The spaceship carrying the diplomatic team left the alien vessel and headed back towards Earth. The team members were exhausted but filled with a sense of accomplishment. They had managed to turn a potentially disastrous situation into a promising opportunity for peace. As they approached Earth, they were greeted with a hero's welcome. The International Council, the scientific community, and the global public were all celebrating the success of the diplomatic mission. Jack, in a live broadcast, said, "This is a historic moment. The diplomatic team has shown that with determination, understanding, and a willingness to work together, we can overcome even the greatest of challenges. The future of Earth and our relationship with the alien force looks brighter than ever." The stage was set for a new era, an era of peace, cooperation, and mutual growth between Earth and the malevolent alien force. The hard-fought victory of the diplomatic mission was a testament to the power of dialogue and the importance of unity in the face of a common threat. And as the world looked towards the future, there was a new sense of optimism, knowing that they had overcome a major hurdle in their journey to coexist in the vast cosmos. Chapter 12: The New Era of Cosmic Cooperation. The successful diplomatic mission marked the dawn of a new era for Earth and its relationship with the malevolent alien force, now rebranded as the Alliance of the Ascended in the spirit of the new-found cooperation. The preliminary agreement signed on the alien ship served as the cornerstone for a series of in-depth negotiations and joint initiatives. Back on Earth, the International Council, which had been overseeing the response to the alien threat, immediately set up a special committee to manage the implementation of the agreement. The committee was composed of experts from various fields, including diplomacy, science, and resource management. Ambassador Clara, the hero of the diplomatic mission, was appointed as the head of the committee. "This is a crucial time for us," she told the committee members. "We need to ensure that every aspect of the agreement is carefully implemented, and that both sides benefit from this alliance." The first order of business was to establish a communication and monitoring system. Dr. Lily and her team of scientists were tasked with developing a sophisticated network that could maintain a stable connection between Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended. This system will not only facilitate regular communication but also help us monitor the progress of our joint projects, Dr. Lilly explained. The scientists worked tirelessly, integrating the knowledge gained from the alien technology with Earth's existing communication infrastructure. They developed a series of satellites equipped with advanced energy-based communication devices that could transmit and receive messages across vast distances. Simultaneously, the resource-sharing aspect of the agreement was put into motion. Earth had committed to providing the Alliance of the Ascended with samples of rare elements, which were crucial for their advanced energy generation systems. In return, the aliens were to share their scientific knowledge, particularly in the areas of energy manipulation and space travel technology. A large-scale mining operation was launched to extract the rare elements. Special precautions were taken to ensure that the extraction process was sustainable and did not cause any environmental damage on Earth. The extracted elements were then carefully packaged and transported to a pre-arranged meeting point in space, where they were handed over to the aliens. The exchange of scientific knowledge was equally important. A group of Earth's top scientists was selected to travel to the alien home planet to study their technology firsthand. Dr. Raj, one of the scientists on the team, was filled with excitement. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We could learn so much from their advanced energy generation methods and how they manipulate matter at the atomic level. Upon arrival at the alien planet, the scientists were greeted by a team of alien researchers. The aliens were initially cautious but gradually opened up as they saw the genuine interest and respect of the Earth scientists. The two groups began to collaborate on various research projects, sharing their knowledge and expertise. On Earth, the military also underwent a transformation. With the threat of an all-out war with the Alliance of the Ascended seemingly averted, the focus shifted from defensive preparations to a more cooperative military relationship. The Cosmic Guardians, now renamed the Cosmic Peacekeepers, were trained in new skills, such as cross-species communication and joint operation strategies. Colonel James, now in charge of the Cosmic Peacekeepers, said, "Our role has changed. We're no longer just defenders of Earth but also facilitators of this new alliance. We need to be prepared to work alongside the aliens in case of any threats to the Alliance." The training programs included simulations of joint mission scenarios, where the Cosmic Peacekeepers and the alien military forces would work together to deal with common threats, such as rogue alien groups or dangerous cosmic phenomena. In the cultural sphere, there was a growing interest in learning about the alien culture. Schools and universities around the world started to offer courses on alien anthropology, language, and history. The students were fascinated by the opportunity to learn about a completely different civilization. Emily, the young girl from the Cosmic Defense Club in Millfield, was now studying alien languages at a prestigious university. "It's amazing how different yet similar their language is to ours," she said. "Understanding their language is like opening a door to their culture." The media played a significant role in spreading awareness about the new alliance. Jack, through his regular broadcasts, kept the public informed about the progress of the various initiatives. He also organized public forums where people could ask questions and share their thoughts about the future of the alliance. As the months passed, the cooperation between Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended grew stronger. The joint research projects led to several technological breakthroughs. The scientists on both sides managed to develop a new type of energy storage device that was more efficient and environmentally friendly. This device could revolutionize our energy systems on Earth, Dr. Lilly announced. And it's all thanks to the collaboration with our alien allies. The success of the energy storage project led to more ambitious joint projects. The next project on the agenda was the development of a faster than light travel system. The aliens had some knowledge in this area, and Earth scientists believed that with their combined efforts, they could make significant progress. However, not everyone on Earth was completely happy with the alliance. There were some groups that were still skeptical about the motives of the aliens. "We can't trust them completely," one conspiracy theorist said in an online forum. "They might be using us for their own gain." But these voices were in the minority. The majority of the people on Earth could see the benefits of the alliance. The improved energy systems, the exchange of knowledge, and the new found peace were tangible signs of a brighter future. The Alliance of the Ascended also seemed to be committed to the alliance. Zork, the leader of the aliens, made a public statement expressing his satisfaction with the progress. "Our alliance with Earth has brought new opportunities for both our civilizations. We look forward to further cooperation and growth." As the cooperation continued to expand, the relationship between Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended became a model for other potential inter-species alliances in the universe. The diplomatic success story was spreading, and other alien civilizations were starting to take notice. One day, the communication system developed by Dr. Lilly's team received a message from a previously unknown alien civilization. The message was a simple greeting and an expression of interest in learning more about the alliance between Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended. The International Council, upon receiving the message, was excited. This could be the start of a new chapter in cosmic diplomacy. "We need to respond to this message carefully," Ambassador Clara said. "This could open the door to more alliances and a more connected universe." The Council formed a new diplomatic team to respond to the message and initiate communication with the new alien civilization. Dr. Ethan, the linguist who had played a crucial role in communicating with the Alliance of the Ascended, was part of the team. As they started to decode the message and prepare a response, the world watched with anticipation. The new era of cosmic cooperation that had begun with the alliance between Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended was now on the verge of expanding, and the possibilities seemed endless. The people of Earth, along with their alien allies, were ready to embrace this new opportunity and see where it would lead them in the vast and mysterious cosmos. The journey that had started with fear and conflict was now turning into one of hope, cooperation, and exploration. And as they looked towards the future, they knew that there were still many challenges and mysteries ahead, but they were confident that they could face them together. The scientists, diplomats, military personnel, and the general public were all part of this new cosmic adventure. They were writing a new chapter in the history of the universe, one that was based on mutual respect, cooperation, and the pursuit of knowledge. And with the new alien civilization showing interest in joining the fold, the future of cosmic relations looked more promising than ever. As the diplomatic team worked on formulating a response to the new alien civilization, they knew that this was just the beginning. The alliances they were building could lead to a more peaceful, prosperous, and interconnected universe. And they were determined to make the most of this opportunity, for the sake of all the civilizations involved. The stage was set for a new round of cosmic diplomacy, and the world was waiting to see how this new development would shape the future of the universe. The story of Earth's encounter with the malevolent alien force had come a long way, from a battle for survival to a potential model of cosmic cooperation, and the journey was far from over. Chapter 13: Expanding Cosmic Alliances, New Horizons and Challenges. The arrival of the message from the unknown alien civilization sent ripples of excitement and anticipation throughout Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended. The newly formed diplomatic team, led by Ambassador Clara with Dr. Ethan as the chief linguist, immediately set to work on crafting a response. Dr. Ethan pored over the initial message, his eyes scanning the strange symbols and energy-based patterns. This language is different from the one used by the Alliance of the Ascended, but there are some underlying similarities in the way they structure their communication, he noted. The team decided to start with a simple, friendly greeting. They introduced Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended, highlighting the benefits of their alliance, such as technological advancements, resource sharing, and cultural exchange. The message was carefully encoded using the most stable communication frequencies they had identified from the incoming signal. As they waited for a response, the International Council and the scientific community on Earth began to speculate about the nature of this new alien civilization. Scientists were eager to learn about their biology, technology, and social structure. Diplomats were focused on the potential for a new alliance and how it could further shape the cosmic political landscape. On the alien home planet of the Alliance of the Ascended, Zork and his advisors were also discussing the implications of the new contact. This could be an opportunity to expand our influence in the galaxy, Zork said. But we must be cautious. We know nothing about these aliens, and we need to assess their intentions. The Alliance of the Ascended offered their assistance to the Earth-based diplomatic team. They shared their own experiences in first contact situations and provided additional data on various known alien languages and communication protocols. Back on Earth, the cosmic peacekeepers were put on standby. Colonel James, aware of the potential risks associated with new alien contact, increased the training intensity. We need to be prepared for any situation, he told his troops. Whether it's a peaceful alliance or a hostile encounter, we must be ready. The training now included simulations of first contact scenarios with unknown aliens. The soldiers practiced communication techniques, cultural sensitivity, and defensive maneuvers in case of an unexpected attack. In the meantime, the exchange of knowledge between Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended continued. The joint research on the faster, than light travel system was making slow but steady progress. Earth scientists were fascinated by the alien concept of manipulating space, time fabric, while the aliens were impressed with the Earthlings' innovative mathematical models. Dr. Raj, who was leading the Earth-side research team, said, "We've hit a few roadblocks, but the collaboration with our alien allies is helping us think outside the box. Their different perspective on physics is opening up new possibilities." The resource sharing aspect of the Alliance was also flourishing. The rare elements provided by Earth were being used by the Alliance of the Ascended to enhance their energy generation capabilities. In return, the aliens shared more advanced knowledge on energy conservation techniques, which were quickly adopted by Earth's energy industries. As the days turned into weeks, the diplomatic team finally received a response from the unknown alien civilization. The message was a detailed query about the nature of the alliance between Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended. They wanted to know more about the decision-making process, the resource sharing mechanisms, and the long-term goals of the Alliance. "This is a good sign," Ambassador Clara said. "They're showing a genuine interest in understanding our alliance. It means they might be considering joining us." The team immediately started preparing a comprehensive reply. They included detailed information about how the alliance was formed, the benefits each side had gained, and the democratic process by which decisions were made. They also emphasized the open-minded and inclusive nature of the alliance. While the diplomatic efforts were underway, the cultural exchange between Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended was reaching new heights. Alien art, music, and literature were being introduced to Earth, and vice versa. A new genre of cosmic art was emerging, inspired by the fusion of human and alien creative expressions. In Millfield, an art exhibition was held, showcasing paintings, sculptures, and digital artworks that combined elements of Earth and alien cultures. Emily, who had become an advocate for cross-cultural understanding, was one of the organizers. "This exhibition is a celebration of our new-found cosmic connection," she said. "It shows that despite our differences, we can create something beautiful together." However, not all aspects of the Alliance expansion were smooth sailing. There were some on Earth who were concerned about the potential loss of cultural identity. "We're so focused on integrating with the aliens that we might lose our own unique cultures," one cultural critic wrote in a newspaper article. The International Council addressed these concerns by promoting a balanced approach to cultural exchange. They encouraged the preservation of Earth's diverse cultures while also embracing the new knowledge and perspectives brought by the aliens. As the diplomatic dialogue with the unknown alien civilization continued, the scientific community made a significant discovery. They found a way to enhance the efficiency of the energy-based communication systems, which would allow for faster and more reliable communication across longer distances. Dr. Lilly, who led the research team, was elated. This breakthrough will not only improve our communication with the Alliance of the Ascended but also with the new alien civilization. It could revolutionize cosmic communication. The improved communication system was quickly implemented, and the diplomatic team used it to have more in-depth discussions with the unknown aliens. The aliens seemed impressed with the technological progress and the transparency of the Earth Alliance of the Ascended Alliance. After several rounds of communication, the unknown alien civilization expressed their interest in a formal meeting. They proposed a neutral meeting point in a nearby star system, far from the territories of Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended. The International Council and the Alliance of the Ascended agreed to the meeting. A joint delegation was formed, consisting of diplomats, scientists, and representatives from both Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended. Ambassador Clara was chosen to lead the delegation, with Dr. Ethan and Dr. Raj as key members. The delegation boarded a specially equipped spaceship, designed to withstand the long-distance journey and the potential challenges of the meeting. As they set off into space, the world watched with bated breath. The journey to the meeting point was long and filled with anticipation. The delegation members spent their time preparing for the meeting, studying the data they had collected about the unknown aliens, and rehearsing their negotiation strategies. Finally, they arrived at the meeting point. The unknown alien spaceship was already waiting for them. It was a massive, spherical vessel, with a surface that seemed to shimmer with an otherworldly glow. The delegation from Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended stepped out of their spaceship. They were greeted by a group of aliens that were unlike any they had seen before. These aliens were smaller in stature, with a translucent exoskeleton that allowed a glimpse of their internal organs, which glowed with a soft, blue light. An alien that seemed to be their leader stepped forward. It made a series of clicking and whistling sounds, which were quickly translated by Dr. Ethan's advanced device. "Welcome, representatives of Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended. We are the Luminary Collective, and we are eager to learn more about your alliance and the possibility of joining it." Ambassador Clara stepped forward, her voice confident. "We are honored to be here. Our alliance is based on mutual respect, cooperation, and the pursuit of knowledge. We believe that together, we can achieve great things in the universe." The stage was set for a crucial meeting that could potentially expand the Cosmic Alliance, bringing new opportunities and challenges. The delegation knew that they had to handle the situation with care, diplomacy, and an open mind. As the meeting began, the future of cosmic relations hung in the balance, and the outcome could have far-reaching implications for all the civilizations involved. The initial exchanges were filled with cautious optimism. The Luminary Collective was particularly interested in the scientific and technological achievements of the Earth Alliance of the Ascended Alliance. Dr. Raj started to explain the progress they had made in energy generation, faster than light travel research, and the development of new communication systems. The Luminary Collective aliens listened intently, their large, multifaceted eyes showing signs of interest. One of them asked, through the translation device, "Your advancements are impressive. But how do you ensure that the benefits of these technologies are shared equally among all members of the Alliance?" Ambassador Clara replied, "We have established a system of checks and balances. All decisions regarding technology sharing and resource allocation are made through a democratic process, where the interests of all parties are considered." The meeting continued, with both sides sharing more about their cultures, values, and long-term goals. The Luminary Collective revealed that they were a peaceful civilization, dedicated to the exploration of knowledge and the preservation of cosmic harmony. As the discussions progressed, the possibility of the Luminary Collective joining the Alliance seemed more and more likely. However, there were still some details to be ironed out. The Luminary Collective was concerned about potential cultural clashes and the impact of joining an existing alliance on their own social structure. Dr. Ethan, drawing on his knowledge of cross-cultural studies, proposed a series of cultural exchange programs that could help the Luminary Collective integrate smoothly into the alliance. These programs would allow us to learn about each other's cultures in a respectful and meaningful way, he said. The Luminary Collective leaders considered this proposal. After a brief consultation among themselves, they expressed their approval. "This could be a way for us to maintain our cultural identity while also benefiting from the alliance," their leader said. The meeting then moved on to discuss the terms of the potential alliance. The delegation from Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended presented a draft agreement, which included provisions for resource sharing, scientific cooperation, and mutual defense. The Luminary Collective representatives studied the draft carefully. They had some suggestions for modifications, mainly focusing on ensuring that their unique needs as a civilization were met. The two sides engaged in a detailed negotiation, with both showing a willingness to compromise. As the meeting neared its end, the atmosphere was one of cautious optimism. The Luminary Collective and the Earth Alliance of the Ascended delegation had made significant progress in their discussions. A second meeting was scheduled to finalize the terms of the alliance. The delegation from Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended returned home with the news. The world was filled with a sense of excitement and hope. The potential expansion of the Cosmic Alliance could open up new horizons for all the civilizations involved, but there were still challenges to overcome. The International Council, the scientific community, and the public were all looking forward to the next steps, ready to embrace the new opportunities and face the challenges that awaited in the ever-expanding cosmic stage. Epilogue: a cosmic tapestry woven in peace and progress. The period following the initial meeting with the Luminary Collective was a flurry of activity. Back on Earth and the home planet of the Alliance of the Ascended, preparations for the second, decisive meeting were underway. The International Council, in collaboration with the leadership of the Alliance of the Ascended, formed a task force to fine tune the draft agreement based on the Luminary Collective's suggestions. Dr. Lily and her scientific team were also hard at work. They were developing new technologies that could be shared with the Luminary Collective as an incentive for joining the Alliance. One of their most promising projects was a device that could purify and transform various types of cosmic matter into useful resources, which could be of great value to a civilization dedicated to exploration and knowledge seeking. The Luminary Collective's focus on cosmic harmony aligns well with our own goals of sustainable development, Dr. Lily said. This device could be a game changer for all of us. The cultural exchange programs proposed by Dr. Ethan were also taking shape. Artists, musicians, and scholars from Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended were coming together to create a series of initiatives that would introduce the unique aspects of their cultures to the Luminary Collective. Emily, now a young cultural ambassador, was leading a project to create a virtual reality experience that would allow the Luminary Collective to explore the diverse cultures of Earth. This will give them a taste of our world, from the bustling cities to the serene natural landscapes, she said with enthusiasm. The Cosmic Peacekeepers, under the leadership of Colonel James, were enhancing their training in anticipation of any potential challenges during the finalization of the Alliance. They were now trained in the specific combat and communication techniques that might be required when dealing with the Luminary Collective. Our role is to ensure the safety of the diplomatic process and, in the future, maintain peace within the expanded alliance, Colonel James emphasized. We need to be prepared for any eventuality, but also show respect and cooperation. The second meeting took place at the same neutral location in the star system. The delegation from Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended arrived with a refined draft agreement and a showcase of the new technologies and cultural exchange programs. The Luminary Collective welcomed them with a sense of anticipation. The leaders of the Luminary Collective, after studying the revised draft agreement and the proposed initiatives, were impressed. The efforts you have put into addressing our concerns are commendable, the leader of the Luminary Collective said. We believe that this alliance has the potential to bring about a new era of cosmic cooperation. After a final round of discussions and some minor adjustments to the agreement, the Luminary Collective representatives and the delegation from Earth and the Alliance of the Ascended signed the Alliance Treaty. The moment was filled with a sense of significance, as it marked the official expansion of the Cosmic Alliance. Back on Earth and the home planet of the Alliance of the Ascended, celebrations erupted. The news spread across the galaxies, reaching other civilizations that had been observing the developments. The successful formation of this expanded alliance served as an example of how different species could come together in the pursuit of common goals. The first order of business for the new, expanded alliance was to establish a joint council. This council would consist of representatives from all three civilizations and would be responsible for making decisions regarding resource sharing, scientific research, and diplomatic relations with other potential allies. Ambassador Clara was elected as one of the key members of the Joint Council. This council will be the cornerstone of our cooperation, she said. We need to ensure that it operates with transparency and fairness, taking into account the interests of all members. The scientific community wasted no time in launching joint research projects. The combined knowledge and resources of the three civilizations led to rapid progress in various fields. The faster, than, light travel research, which had been a long-term goal, finally achieved a major breakthrough. Dr. Raj, along with his alien counterparts from the Alliance of the Ascended and the Luminary Collective, announced the discovery of a new method to manipulate the space-time fabric. This could potentially reduce the travel time between star systems from years to months, he said, his eyes shining with excitement. The cultural exchange programs also flourished. The virtual reality experience created by Emily and her team was well received by the Luminary Collective. In return, the Luminary Collective shared their unique form of energy-based art, which inspired new creative movements on Earth and among the Alliance of the Ascended. As the years passed, the Alliance continued to grow and thrive. Other alien civilizations, inspired by the success of this alliance, reached out to join. The cosmic community was gradually transforming into a network of interconnected civilizations, all working towards the betterment of the universe. The once isolated Earth had become a hub of cosmic activity. Its people, having overcome the initial fear of the unknown, were now actively participating in the cosmic community. Students on Earth were learning multiple alien languages and cultures as part of their regular curriculum. Jack, who had been a witness to the entire journey from the first alien encounter to the formation of the vast cosmic alliance, reflected on the changes. It's amazing to see how far we've come. From a world on the brink of destruction to a key player in a growing cosmic community. The Cosmic Peacekeepers, now a multi-species force, were responsible for maintaining peace and order across the Alliance's territories. They mediated disputes between member civilizations and protected the Alliance from external threats, such as rogue alien groups or natural cosmic disasters. One such incident occurred when a group of rogue aliens attempted to disrupt a joint scientific research facility. The Cosmic Peacekeepers, consisting of humans, members of the Alliance of the Ascended, and the Luminary Collective, quickly mobilized. Using their combined skills and advanced technology, they managed to repel the attackers and safeguard the facility. This incident not only demonstrated the effectiveness of the Alliance's defense mechanisms but also strengthened the bond between its members. The Joint Council used this opportunity to further enhance the Alliance's security protocols. In the field of resource sharing, the Alliance had established a fair and efficient system. Each civilization contributed resources based on their capabilities, and in return, received the resources they needed for their development. Earth, with its rich reserves of certain elements, provided these to other civilizations in exchange for advanced technological knowledge and access to new cosmic phenomena for research. The Alliance also took on the responsibility of cosmic conservation. The Luminary Collective, with their deep-seated respect for cosmic harmony, led initiatives to protect endangered cosmic species and preserve unique cosmic landscapes. The other member civilizations actively participated, understanding the importance of maintaining the balance of the universe. As the Alliance entered its 10th year, a grand celebration was held across all member planets. Representatives from all civilizations gathered to commemorate the achievements and the journey that had brought them together. Ambassador Clara, now an elder stateswoman of the cosmic community, addressed the assembly. We have come a long way since the first hesitant steps towards alliance. We have built a cosmic tapestry woven in peace, progress, and mutual respect. Let us continue to work together, for the betterment of our universe and all its inhabitants. The celebration was a testament to the power of cooperation. Different species, with their unique cultures, technologies, and perspectives, had come together to create a future filled with hope and possibility. The story of Earth's encounter with the malevolent alien force, which had started as a terrifying threat, had evolved into a saga of cosmic unity and progress. The Cosmic Alliance, with its ever-expanding membership and growing influence, was now a beacon of hope in the vast universe. It showed that despite the differences between civilizations, they could set aside their differences and work towards a common good. And as the stars shone brightly above the celebration, it was clear that the future of the universe held endless opportunities for exploration, cooperation, and the pursuit of knowledge. The cosmic tapestry, once a vision, had become a reality, and it would continue to evolve and grow, guided by the principles of peace, progress, and mutual respect.